Welcome back, everyone, into the GCM NBA mock draft for the 2023 draft coming up in just a few days. Khobi Price is joining me once again. We saw him for the number 6 pick with the Orlando Magic. He is back for the number 11 pick. Khobi, does a lot change from 6 to 11 in terms of fit, best player available, who they're looking at, what position they're looking at? Is there a lot of changes, or do you still kind of just want another talented guy?
Yeah, I think the latter. Just take on bring in another talented guy. I think the one thing that I noticed is looking through the players I was thinking through is just there are a lot of just talented guards in this group. A lot just who bring different skill sets, the variety of skills to the floor. So just kind of weaving through, all right, do I want to bring this guy and see if I can develop these skills? Just kind of weaving through that was an interesting part of it. And also going through this, I thought, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this makes the Magic the only team with 2 lottery picks in the draft. Could be wrong, but just going through it, I think they're the only team. So for them, another opportunity to just add more talent to an already talented young roster.
And you're the only person that I get to talk to twice. So lucky me. Exactly. Okay, so for the number 6 pick, just to refresh everyone's memory, because it is the same team, we went with Ausar Thompson.
Yeah, Ausar
Thompson. He's great. He's like one of the twins, like the lesser twin, but like by lesser, still a top 5 pick in a lot of mock drafts. So very talented. Let's just get you on the board and see who else you're going to add to this lottery rookie class. Khobi Price.
So, yes, with the number 11 pick in the 2023 draft, the Orlando Magic select Grady Dick out of Kansas.
Shooter.
Shooter. Very tough choice. Like I said, there are a lot of players in this range who I'm thinking, they can add a dimension to the team in just different ways. But I do believe Grady Dick is one of the best players available at this point. But for the Magic, this also would be, a fit need. He's one of the best shooters, if not the best shooter in this entire draft class. And perimeter shooting, 3-point shooting is an area the Magic have struggled with for a few years now. So his ability to catch and shoot, catch off movement, even knock down a couple pull-ups will be big for them. But I think he's more than just a shooter. I think he's a good passer, solid playmaker. Defensively, he's going to have some struggles. Maybe not the best on that end. He may get picked on here and there, but at 6'6", with a 6'8", 6'9" wingspan, like he has enough size to the point. He's not like a small guard out there on defense. You can put him in certain matchups, hide him on certain guys, and the Magic already have a significant amount of length and size. You can kind of help build a defense around him, and you on the other end, he offers you space. And something that I was, watching these finals, watching the Heat, you see they have all these, different shooters who may not be the best defensively, but a key is like force the other team to play your shooters off the floor. Don't just take your shooter off because you don't think you can defend. Like give them the opportunity and space to improve defensively, or, just force the other team's hand in that sense. So I think, with his size, his length, he can become just a solid team defender. And with that shooting, with that playmaking, like he'll add enough on offensively to the point where he can be a net positive.
Yeah, I mean, the Grizzlies fans are familiar with that too. Like we look at Luke Kennard, obviously not known for his defensive abilities, but such a good shooter. And if you put him out there and tell him work hard on defense, like they will. And I think you made a really good point too. Although Grady, the 19-year-old, he weighs 195 pounds. He's like a pretty solid build. He may not be the best defender, and he may be the best shooter in the draft. And I think a lot of people kind of pin him as just a shooter. You mentioned it, like he does pass pretty well. Like he can be definitely not a pass first guy because he's not a point guard, but he can play make if you have him in that 2-3 spot. And so I like this pick. I do. I had a couple other guys that I thought you may pick, so I had them ready. But Grady is a good pick. I actually could have seen him go to Dallas in the pick before, but silly.
And kind of adding to your point about what he brings more than just shooting, like he's good off the ball, just moving around. He's also like defensively, it's not like he doesn't try.
Yeah.
He has like a lot of it is just going to be maybe physical athletic limitations. And maybe like as he gets stronger, maybe he'll hold up better against other wings who he may have to guard, like those 2 3s I have to guard. The switchability just isn't going to. I have a hard time seeing it being there long term. Like I think he's going to be guarding 2 3s most of his career. Like unless he gets into like a really small ball 4.
Yeah.
But like I said, what he adds on the other end, I think will outweigh what he takes away, or is taken away. You're not going to ask him to be, you know, a primary or even a secondary creator. Any point. This is very much just a complementary player. And at this point, I mean, there are other good players who maybe are a little bit more secondary creators in this range who they were tempting, but I think for what this team needs, and he's also going to player to, you could argue, he may not be the absolute best player, but he's one of the best players available. Who did you think I may have chosen in this range?
The other two, okay, so first of all, Grady is a great pick. Best shooter in the class, I'm going to say. The other 2 guys that I had prepped because I didn't know if you were going to say is Nick Smith Jr. or Cason Wallace.
So I was debating between really 3. It was between Kobe Buffkin out of Michigan, Cason Wallace out of Kentucky, and then Grady Dick. Those were the 3 I was going back and forth about. It was such a, and at that point it became almost like, all right, what, maybe not need, but like what avenue to playing time that this can we give certain players versus other. That's another, like, if we're going to draft, you know, if you draft Cason, like you already have Markel, you already have Cole, you already have Jalen. Like at some point, it's like, all right, how do we can divvy up this playing time? You already have Gary Harris. So they bring different skill sets at the same time. Like, is the runway to playing time available?
GM Kobe Price.
Yeah. So I forget. I think it was last year before the draft. Jeff Weltman said something, and this was like something unrelated, but he mentioned like it's important to have a pathway for development for players, and that's just something that I wondered. Just like in terms of like what's who of these players can I feel good about there being a clear pathway or more solidified pathway that I've had to earn going forward, but I felt like the pathway for Grady to be successful, or maybe just to fit into what the team's already built, is cleaner than maybe even Kobe or Cason.
No, so I agree with that. I like the pick, Kobe. I like it. I was just teasing. It's a good.
No, it's all good. I got trying to explain for the viewer just in case they're wondering. Like you say that you act like these guys are a little bit better, but you're not choosing them. I can see that. At the same time, I do wonder about the opportunities that can come, you know, for Cason or Buffkin just in with the Magic. If they went that, then obviously getting like further down the line, well, if they draft one of those guys, when like someone else on the team's going to be moved, that is, I'm not making those decisions. This is a draft, not a, you have to be the GM for the Magic through July 28th or whatever the day would be.
Well, this is just, I can't do math, but June 15th to June 22nd. We're a week away now.
Exactly. Essentially.
1 week away. So we'll find out in 7 days. Kobe, thank you so much once again for coming on our mock draft.
Absolutely. Appreciate you.